everybody, to the WNBA Bank Shop presented by the Fantasy Boutique, DFSboutique.com. Go over there, check it all out. We got some great stuff over there. Website is awesome. And then you can also check out our $5 a month subscriptions to get into our Slack community and get all these in-depth information. And obviously, as I've mentioned before, these videos are just a simple building block to start off your rosters and then move into bigger and better things in the Slack group with in-depth information and chatter and everything else that you need to kind of make the best of your lineup. So we're gonna jump into today's slate. It's a 4-game slate. Been having a lot of success over the last week with doing these, and then making some really good lines and having some really good turnout. So we're going to look at guard Vandersloot from the Sky. She is 5,600 on FanDuel, 7,900 on DK. Key stats for her: 9.3 points per game, 4.1 rebounds per game, and 5.7 assists per game. She's picked up some minutes after she came back from a break playing, I believe, in the Euro League, and she's been basically killing it ever since. She had a couple down games, which is why her averages are slightly down, but she is making up for it in the last couple games. Definitely getting some more points. Cappy Pondexter being out has definitely helped that. So if she's out again today, Vandersloot becomes an even better option. So keep that in mind. Moving on, we have point guard Clarendon from the Atlanta Dream. She's 5,600 on FanDuel, 7,400 on DK. 11.1 points per game, 3.9 rebounds per game, 6.5 assists per game, and 1.1 steals per game. Nice 4-stat go-getter. She can definitely be up and down a little bit. She's had 2 good, solid games in a row. I definitely think she's in line for a third one again today. Atlanta does have a lot of guards, but there's enough stats to kind of go around there. So definitely another solid play. Staying in Atlanta, we have Sykes. She's 5,500 on FanDuel, 7,600 on DK, 9.7 points per game, 3.6 rebounds per game, 1.1 assists per game. But she has been having a little bit of a tear over the last couple games. I see her continuing to stay hot here. No reason why she probably would have a down game. Everything kind of seems like she'd just continue on this little hot streak of hers, comparative to her price. So, and then moving on, we have from the Dallas Wings guard Gray. She's a rookie, 5,300 on FanDuel, 7,700 on DK. 12.6 points per game, 4.6 rebounds per game, 1.5 assists per game, and 1.3 steals per game. She reminds me of a mini Skylar Diggins, and sticking with her teammate there. Just a kind of all-around stat stuffer, and just been having a really, really good last couple games, especially for her price. Definitely a lot of value there. So I think on the slate, you're going to have to even out your rosters with so many options here. So I definitely like this price point a lot for her. Moving to forwards, we have John Quill Jones from the Connecticut Sun. She is 7,900 on FanDuel, 11.5 on DK. Averages a double-double, 15.9 points per game, 11.8 rebounds per game, 1.2 assists per game, 1.3 blocks per game. Definitely a solid play game in and game out. I do like her here because she does have a little bit of a depressed price. And that is something I think you're going to have to find that value, like I just said, across the board to make a solid lineup, top to bottom. So like her. And then switching to her teammate, we have Alyssa Thomas from the Connecticut Sun, 7,800 on FanDuel, 11.1 on DK. She has some really good stats and has been on a tear over the last couple games as well. 14.2 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, 5.1 assists per game, 1.8 steals per game. So she is definitely in line probably for another solid game and could possibly have a little bit of down ownership with that team having a couple different great options to throw into lineups. So like her as well. Moving on, we have forward Elizabeth Williams from Atlanta, 5,800 on FanDuel, 8,600 on DK. She's averaging 10.1 points per game, 7.8 rebounds per game, 1.4 assists per game, 1.5 blocks per game, and 1.1 steals per game. A five category player there with over one in each of those categories. Definitely can kind of get the stats from all over the court and in any situation. She definitely does have some double-double possibility. So I like that upside, especially on DK. And I like her matchup. So moving on from her, we have Brittany Griner, 8,900 on FanDuel, 12,600 on DK. Not much that needs to be said about Griner. Everyone kind of knows she's one of the top players in the WNBA. But I do think her price is worth it today. In a slate where you're going to have to find some value to make it top to bottom, I don't mind putting Griner in two lineups. I think she can definitely deliver on her price. So her key stats: 22.4 rebound or 22.4 points per game, 8.8 rebounds per game, 2.1 assists per game, and 2.8 blocks per game. Definitely like her potential today, and think maybe she goes. You get a little bit slightly lower ownership on her with so many options. So those are my 8 plays that I'm really liking. Go into our like I said, dfsboutique.com. You can check out our memberships, $5 a month, 16 cents a day. I put expanded player pools every day for WNBA in there, as well as some other information that will help you build better lineups. You don't have to do all this crazy in-depth research. We kind of are there to help you out with that and save you some time and get you some better lineups. So that's what we do. We also have, like I said, NASCAR, baseball. We are going to have NBA again when it comes back around. MLB, you name it, we're doing it. We want to help you get better, and we'd love to see you over in our community. So I guess that's it for today. Definitely check it out. Remember, early lock, I believe 12 o'clock, noon on the East Coast. So good luck, and we'll see you guys next time.